Hello, this is Stephen Whitfield with Drilling Contractor, and right now we're joined by Edward Kerr, Global Sales and Marketing Manager for Deep Casing Tools, and we're going to be talking about the company's Mechlock drill pipe swivel. Mr. Kerr, thank you very much for joining me today.
Thank you very much for having me, Stephen. It's a pleasure.
So, first question, can you tell us about this swivel tool? What does it do and how does it work?
Sure, Stephen. It's by its name, Mechlock, mechanically locking. It's a lockable drill pipe swivel. So it's used to help our clients deploy completions, liners to target depth, where in deviated and extended reach wells where we struggle to have enough hook loaded surface to deploy our tool, so to deploy the completion or a liner. So we're able to help facilitate swiveling by rotating the drill pipe independently from surface to the liner top or completion top, and then have the ability to lock it if required to contingency release a liner hanger running tool, for example.
So what differentiates the Mechlock technology from similar tools on the market?
Yeah, key is in the name, Mechlock. It's a mechanically lockable drill pipe swivel. Historically, the market option available has been a hydraulic tool. Now we have a number of technical differentiators when we switch away from the limitations of hydraulics. For example, when we lock our tool, we don't need to disconnect the top drive. We don't need to pump a dart down. So that both saves rig time and makes it a safer operation with less people in the red zone on the rig floor. It also eliminates the complexities of having a hydraulic swivel in the string. Often you're having to pair a hydraulic swivel also with a hydraulic liner hanger or a hydraulic packer. If you change to a mechanical swivel, you'll be able to wash down at higher rates. Perhaps consider a flow-driven reamer shoe to help drive your lower completion or intermediate liner hanger to target depth. It's also enables us to lock in advance of reaching TD to perhaps consider to rotate the entire string, rolling screens over for the final 2 or 3 stands to help achieve full target depth and get swell packers and screens placed for the correct zonal isolation, so that we can have full drain of the reservoir. With a hydraulic swivel, you would have to you would only be able to lock it after you'd set your liner hanger. So we offer an advantage to our clients that we're able to independently decide to lock the swivel, allowing for the transmission of torque below it, so that we can perhaps overcome obstructions towards the very end, for the last 2 to 3 stands of deployment.
I understand the swivel tool was recently deployed offshore New Zealand with good results. Can you tell us first about the challenges that the operator faced using this tool in that market?
Sure. Offshore New Zealand, that was it was an extended reach completion. The client had some issues with the existing standalone screens sanding out. And they were looking for a solution to deploy a set of remedial screens, but with their cost-conscious environment, they didn't have a large rig to execute the operation, so they were using a hydraulic workover unit. It meant that they were limited in the weight that they could set down on the remedial completion, and that's where the Mechlock drill pipe swivel came in. It gave them the ability to rotate again, swivel the drill pipe work string independently from the remedial screens itself. So we're, without getting into too much detail, we're talking about a 5.5-inch existing completion. We were helping to run in a 3.5-inch remedial screen completion. So it's a small diameter work string. So it's quite sensitive to torque. Any rotation that would have been seen by that small 3.5-inch standalone screens would have exceeded makeup torque limits and potentially led to more severe issues like a twist off of the completion string itself. So we're able to finesse the completion string to target depth by swiveling the drill pipe independently, leaving the remedial completion static.
And can you tell us about the execution of this project with the new tool?
Sure. Yeah, we executed during the pandemic. So it was all coordinated remotely via Teams, but we had great support from our client there with live video links at the doghouse, at the rig floor, so that we could appropriately communicate how our tool would function. So with them, we went through the swiveling sequence, and for good measure, even though mechanical release was not required as a contingency, we went through those steps to validate the full functionality of the tool itself. So we ran the tool first on a dummy run, and then on the actual recompletion itself. In both cases, we went through the swiveling functionality and the locking functionality. Operations went textbook, Stephen.
Well, Mr. Kerr, thanks again for speaking with us today. Sounds like the MechLock swivel tool is going to provide some great value, and we appreciate you taking the time to tell our viewers about this tool. So thanks again.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you very much, Stephen.
And thank you for visiting Drilling Contractor.